Welcome back to On Air. We're doing Hundreds of Beavers.
Yeah.
Hundreds of Beavers. That's the movie. It was a newer release. Yep.
Wasn't it this year or last year?
I think
thought it was
this
2023,
year.
wasn't it?
I thought it was 2022.
Oh.
I don't
It's
know.
pretty new.
Letterboxd says 2022, but
This says 2024.
Does it?
It said
Yeah, it
2024 on Google. It doesn't.
release.
Kenzie, that's the date of the. Oh, never mind.
It says released.
No, it was
Una.
released on like streaming services. The movie was actually like premiered in theaters and stuff in 2022, I think.
I thought it was 2023.
Oh.
Well, you
Whatever.
thought
It doesn't matter.
Well, we all watched this for the first time together a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
At the Cabot Theater. I have a bit of a cough. So, Nico, first thoughts on the movie.
Kenzie, first thoughts on the movie.
I thought it was really funny at first.
At first.
At
Then
first.
she
Wow.
thought about it a bit.
then I thought it was even funnier actually.
Oh.
The music.
And then I thought it wasn't funny.
Yeah, then it got boring and I hated it. I'm kidding. I love the movie. Una.
I'll be here all night, folks.
Funny.
Yeah.
Theo.
Eddie.
Eddie and funny?
Eddie
Wait.
and funny?
Okay.
Okay. I thought it was very funny. I was very entertaining, and
You were very entertaining.
and yes, I am very. So I think the best part was like we were probably a fourth of the way through the movie was like we were pretty far into the movie. Then Nico, who was sitting next to me, leans in and says,
Oh, yeah.
They haven't even done the title sequence
Yeah.
yet." And I was like,
Wasn't it like 30 minutes in? It was like then we finally got like the title.
Yeah.
"No,
Something
wait,
like that.
how long?" I
No,
feel like
we
it
were
was
pretty-
like 40 minutes.
It's like half
It
the
was-
movie and you get like the credits and then you finally get the title like towards the end, like I think like
Towards the end.
3/4 of the way through the movie.
Yeah,
Oh,
you get
yeah.
you get the
Yeah.
credits like 30 minutes in, but then like you have like half an hour left of the movie, and then it's.
I
then
think
you get
I
the-
think
think
that's
you
really
guys.
funny.
What?
Opening titles do not appear until 33 minutes before the end of the film. I came up with that myself and didn't use
Wow.
any outside sources.
We did it.
So you-
Thanks, Una.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you guys, that was like when we watched it a few weeks ago. That was like your first time seeing it, right? Like, yeah, I'd seen it like a month or two before, and on second watch, it was definitely a lot. Like I liked it a lot more because the first time like I liked it, but I also felt like it was like really hard to follow, like especially the beginning part.
I will say it's pretty good for a silent film.
What's wrong with silent films?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
get a problem
saying.
with Yeah, War and Peace is a master. Incredible.
No, I feel
And
like
no one else knows what I'm
I
talking
feel like
I
it was
do.
just funnier
you
because
do
of
and
like
stuff.
the sound effects that
Oh,
would
you mean like
happen.
people? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, it was. One thing that struck me about it was like it was very like disconnected at the beginning. Like there was a ton of things it was really hard to follow, and then slowly all the elements like built together until you got to the finale, and it's like he like uses everything that's happened to him throughout the movie.
I liked
it
that.
really is. What's it called? Chekhov's gun.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of like Bullet Train, because Bullet Train is like it has a lot of that kind of
Does
stuff.
it? I don't remember
But this
that.
movie also has it.
It's like
What?
it's
I
sort of
don't
like
remember that. close to the
might not be a good comparison. I always think of Back to the Future when I think of movies that are like slow build-ups and then like a big finale. Although I feel like this is more like it's more like the whole thing is like high energy the whole way through, but then it all comes together in the end more.
I suppose so. I don't know why I said it like that. I suppose so.
There's one other thing I was gonna say, but I forget what it was.
Should we move
Take your
on to
time.
final rating?
I guess we can talk about other things in the meantime.
Yeah.
Should we move on to final ratings?
Kenzie, we just started.
Oh yeah, something that struck me about like the way he goes about like exploring the forest and the way he goes about catching like beavers and animals and stuff is like it's a lot like an old like point and click puzzle game.
What?
Definitely.
You know, like those like old. Sorry.
No, go ahead, Nico.
You know, like those old
It's
games from like the
pretty
'90s, where like you have to like solve a bunch of puzzles and you're like clicking on things and stuff.
I think I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Oops.
Yeah.
I liked when no, I just thought the whole like it's really mean to say, but the way he was like really bad at trying to get like rabbits and stuff, it was like
he like at the beginning of the movie, he's a dumb little idiot.
He's a drunken.
But at the end of the movie, you realize he's so cool.
Oh my god,
I want to be just like him.
Yeah,
I will say,
kill people in
like,
costumes.
It's once like the Santa Claus guy, like the master fur trapper dies, and then he becomes like the main hunter, and he starts going around. Like that's when it really struck me. Like this is a lot like a video game. Like the way it's like switches between the different areas, and he does it like even the map.
Yeah.
There's the thing with the like spending coins to get stuff.
Yeah.
That's a lot like a video game.
Yeah.
I
thought that was the point.
Maybe it was a video game and we were playing it the whole time.
Yeah, maybe it was like one of those like Let's Plays or something.
Maybe the real video game was the beavers we killed along the way.
Maybe.
Hundreds of them.
I do like that.
We did slaughter beavers.
There was a lot of animals killed. Actually, they weren't real. They were fake.
But like
They
it's
were
a very
men in suits.
the story is very like systematic. The way like the way it's presented, it's very systematic.
They're real
Like
people.
it's like this is what like the raccoons like, and this is what like the beavers eat. And this is what like eats the dogs. It's like they really lay it out for you.
Yeah, and then they like switch it up a bunch.
Yeah.
They're like,
I think it's good that they just like I think that's like one thing where like explicitly telling you helps, because like they immediately like if this is knowledge you need to know for like the way the movie works. Like the way they have him do like the you know the thing where he whistles and like the bird pecks on his head. Yeah. They have him do it like twice without like building on it at first, just so you can tell that like when he does that the bird shows up. And then like they use it a bunch in different ways later on.
Yeah, and he like uses it to his advantage, because when he's trying to sneak into like the wolf cave, but then he gets like caught by the wolf, he does the whistle so the bird comes and like nibbles on the rope, pecks on the rope, and then it sends him flying out of the cave.
I will say the sound effects were very funny. I feel like because it was a silent film, so there's like no dialogue except when he would go blah 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 blah. That was funny. It's just, for example, when the rabbits would constantly fall down every time they'd get noticed, it was the sound.
Oh yeah.
It was just, I don't know how funny it was.
It was also it also seemed to be like edited like a YouTube video almost. The way everything moved around.
It kind of wasn't like, it was just, well, it is an official movie, but it felt more like a YouTube short film.
Yeah, that makes sense. Except
well, it
was
was
a short
like,
film. It's
except
like 2 hours.
Except the budget was also a lot of money.
Yeah, the budget was a lot of money.
It was like, it took them like 4 years to save up.
$150,000. Yep.
We had to get all those beavers.
Yeah, they had to they had to train all those beavers.
Actually, do you think how many beaver suits do you think they had? Because I feel like they could have done it. No, I think there's probably more than one, but like there's a lot of like compositing going on. Do you think? How many suits do you think they made?
8.
Probably, I'd say. I don't know. They'd have to be super expensive.
Can you imagine you run like a mascot place and you have like a bunch of mascots and some guy walks in and says, "Yo, I need like 80 beaver costumes right now."
When people like have a bunch of stuff on the scanner.
At least 25, but there may have been more.
There could have been hundreds.
Imagine this guy just like
very well could have
going to a
been
self-checkout and he has just a barrel full of beaver costumes and just
and then it's like he's like scanning and it's like you have run into an error, like a human assistant will be here to assist you shortly. And then it's like, oh no, it's fine, it was just an error with the barcode, you don't have to come over here, it's fine. He's like, sir, why do you have like why do you have hundreds of beavers? And then the guy's like, you know, that would be a good title for the movie I'm making.
Come see my movie.
Yeah, and then he came up with the idea for the movie.
Yeah, he came up with the idea after we bought 100 beaver.
It's just like a time lapse. Like it's like nighttime. The store's about to close. He's like finally on his last one, and then there's like an error with the barcode scanner, and then he has to scan them all again.
Yeah.
So
I'm picturing a Stop and Shop right now.
Well,
have you
guys
actually like watched silent films?
Like mad.
Because I've watched like a couple Buster Keaton like short films.
I haven't watched a bunch.
The only silent film that I remember actually watching was Trip to the Moon.
Oh, Trip to the Moon is a banger.
Which every like film student has to know. I'm pretty sure.
I've never seen it.
Get out. You're a fraud.
I mean, do you know like the silent film thing where it's like a character's like standing in front of like a building and then it like the wall falls on him and there's like a window and the window is a thing that, they did you notice like in the movie when like the house is revealed to be fake, it like you think it's gonna fall on him but then it just crushes him. Like he misses the window.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And then the background somehow falls on him again.
Yeah, that was funny. I like the detective like Sherlock, like Holmes.
The Sherlock
Really
and
good.
Watson Beavers.
Yeah, I like them. They were funny, and I like how I always love it when like a group of people like.
Well, Theo, calm
I
down.
always like
Nice
it how a group of people like when they like team up like gang up to like beat up one guy. They're just like he's like laying on the ground and they're just like all kicking him.
my
I
God.
love that joke. It
That
never
was so
gets.
fun. Was
it's
it the
always so funny.
rabbits or the who was beating
I think
him
it was
up?
the rabbits. Yeah.
It was really funny though.
I love it whenever.
I just
someone does
remember
that
it was
joke.
them like I remember one of them like elbow dropped him and I started like dying.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
I feel like I remember that. Yeah.
You
Who
could
knows
almost
next to
divide
me?
it. You
She
could almost
knows.
divide it into like two movies because there's like the first half which is about him getting food, and then like he goes to like the trader, and like
And he meets
Goes.
Santa.
and then it's sort of like the story
Santa.
picks up. Before that, it's sort of just him wandering around, and then he like gets like a goal, and
Yeah.
the story starts going into motion.
And then he falls in love.
Was his goal literally just to marry the girl?
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
Also, I
he
like
needed the beavers to do
the-
that.
He needed the ring.
The opening part, I always forget about the opening part. That's like it's like animated and like the song, which the song whose
love
it.
lyrics I
I
can't
love
understand.
The whole soundtrack is so
Yeah.
good.
Oh, it's
Bum
like
bum
one of the
bum
best.
bum 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 bum.
Kenzie, you don't know what it is, and neither do you.
Okay.
It's the music
well.
that plays anytime he goes to like a new place on the map.
Yeah,
Yeah, we were there.
Yeah, but you don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fine.
we weren't
We
exactly
don't
watching
know.
the same movie.
Yeah, we were on a different level, you know. And I love the guy who's at like who runs the trading outpost. Just
Oh,
the
the
running
spittoon joke.
What?
The joke where he spits in the.
Yeah,
And it
like,
misses
that-
every time.
But, like
That should get old after like the
Yeah.
second time it happens, but it's so funny, especially at the end.
Yeah, you said like it could have got but they found a new way to tell the joke or do the joke like every time, so it didn't get old.
And the fact that it finally goes in at the end is like
That's
because that's
like,
already
Yeah.
building on like another joke that's just happened.
Yeah, that's payoff.
I like the
Pay off
part
your
when
student loans.
he's on like it's the beginning
Sorry.
and he's not in the snow yet, but I don't know what that big wooden thing is, but he starts like rolling down it and then
That's
he
like his like apple cider like
yeah,
still.
his
It's where
big
he like
apple
bruises it or
cider
whatever.
thing, and he like rolls down the hill, and then the house blows up, and then everything is just on fire. It was just funny.
Because you could.
Okay, fine, no one knows that.
I don't remember what you're talking about.
Yeah,
No, you don't
wow.
remember when he's like rolling down the hill
I
and he
remember
starts
that bit.
screaming and the
I've only
house
seen
blows
this
up?
movie once.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
weeks ago.
I like-
No, like 3 weeks ago.
The first few minutes where it's just the song is good because like you don't really have to understand what's going on. It's just like a fun little thing. Like all you have to know is like this guy made like cider and then his house blew up and now he's like cold.
You mean like at the start?
I guess it
Yeah,
also sets
yeah.
up like the beavers stealing the
Let's talk about a
wood
different
things.
time.
But
No.
yeah.
I like the start because it no one else is like a human because there was only like 7 people. Well, I don't know how many people were on set, but I looked up that there was like no people on set when this was happening. It was like 5 people. Back to my other thing. Damn it, I forgot what I was saying.
I'm just
Oh,
kinda
like
talking
at
right
the
now.
beginning when they were all like he was the only human
Or,
and
like,
the rest of them
cartoons?
were like animated. Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
that was a bit cool.
I liked the joke at the end where like they create like Green Bay because I feel like that's something that would happen in like a old silent film. Be like, and that's how Florida happened. It's like the events of the movie like cause something to.
I will say, when the beavers turned into like the giant robot beaver.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the horse.
The horse.
The horse.
Yeah.
The horse that was just some guy.
Oh, yeah. It's just a guy.
That was.
I remember the whole theater like laughed really hard at that.
That's the thing I
He was
liked. I
just a
remember
guy.
everyone in that
Just a
theater
guy.
was just like constantly
Just
like
like you and me.
laughing.
Mm.
That's the funny part. It was really funny. Like one of the funnier ones.
Well, the
I've
funny part
seen.
is what they were laughing at.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I think it was a nice movie to watch in like an actual theater instead of by
Yeah.
yourself because you get to like,
Yeah.
especially with a group of friends, because then you get to like
Yeah.
interact and
I'm-
make
Dance
comments
to the
on
memes.
things.
I'm
Yeah,
so
no,
glad
we
a
were
few
jamming
people
out.
still
Oh, that
couldn't
was
go.
fun. I feel like I
Like,
wouldn't
no.
have.
Noah couldn't go, but
Oh yeah.
he would have loved that.
'Cause he
He
wanted
would
to
have.
see he went out after like he was supposed to be home to see the moon, which was a new moon.
So it wasn't visible.
Yep.
And then he found $2. One was in his room, so he found $1, got grounded, and said it was worth it. Anyway, we're gonna move on from this and talk about the movie. So
Haven't we been talking about the movie?
Hmm?
We've
Oh
been
yeah,
talking
I think
Yeah, but
it's one
we
thing
need to
here's
continue
something
with
about
it.
something I was saying about like how it makes more sense like on rewatches. Like after I've seen it a second time, one thing I noticed was that like the dogs, each time one of them dies, like the card game they're playing, I think there's like it's like a different card game meant for like a lower and lower amount of players. Until
Yeah, that's so cool.
I'm not sure
That's
if it's
funny.
I'm not sure if it's every time, but I know that the dog at the end is playing solitaire, and I'm not sure if it scales down. It might be like they're all playing one game with just one less player, and then it's solitaire. But I think it might be like a different game
They're
each time.
playing
I
That's
only know
fish
how
at
to
one
play
point.
2 card game. Actually, maybe 3. Trash, Go Fish, and War.
And Uno.
And well,
That's
I'm
not-
talking about playing cards. Those guys.
Okay.
Which he has because of course he does.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nico. Should we play Go Fish?
We Yeah, no, this podcast is just gonna turn into cards.
Oh my god.
Actually, speaking of fishing,
I got
back
the
to the
eagle.
movie, guys. Speaking of fishing,
They did do
you,
that
Did
in
you
the
like
movie.
I
the
do like
fish puppets?
the fish puppets.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did do
Reminded
that
me
in
of
the movie.
Muppet.
I like
Yeah, you
the
like-
snowman
yeah.
too.
The snow.
Funny.
Oh, yeah, the snowman
the
thing
snowman
was-
scenes would get me like chuckling.
There was like the snowman, or no, not the fish and the frogs were both like puppets, and I think the skunk too. Or no, was the skunk like a bodysuit again?
Yeah.
They definitely had like I'm guessing one of their friends probably was like a cloth or like costume person.
Oh, yeah, it said
I mean,
4 years to make
Also,
mean-
I like
over the
sorry.
course of 12 weeks, 6-person crew in winter 2019.
it was 6 people.
Oh, like in
That's
total?
like us, but plus 2.
It said, yeah,
Dude.
6-person crew.
If we
Michael
get
and
2 more people,
Max.
we gotta get Max and Michael in here.
I
Oh my
also like
God.
And then we'll be hundreds of beavers.
I
Yeah.
also like
Will be
how there's like human
beavers.
skeletons inside all the bodysuits.
That's funny.
I forgot about that part.
I forgot about that part.
A lot of the parts you guys are talking about, I just do not remember.
Well, there's
at all.
so
Me
many
too.
things. It's really a movie that
that's
like
the thing.
That's
It's-
the rich.
That's
Just rich.
I don't know what it is.
that's.
We were talking about the movie, weren't we?
Where's the 6 people thing?
I think my hand
Oh.
just touched the microphone, but don't worry about that. Okay, let's talk. Let's talk about on this podcast. You know, because it's about.
No.
So Nico,
what?
I don't know.
What?
Nice job, Theo.
So what was like your favorite like aspect of the movie?
Ooh. It's kind of hard.
What was your favorite aspect of the movie?
I already said it's like the way he like learns to use like the world around him, like use everything to his advantage and like slowly gains more and more like
I-
knowledge.
I think I like how the beaver, like you see more and more, and like they have like a whole
Oh
society
yeah,
by the end.
they're
And there's,
slowly
like,
building the dam
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the background, and
that
he ignores it every time.
Like
He's
every
like,
time
oh.
he
And
walks by.
there's the scientists that are like they made a rocket.
Oh yeah, you see
out
all the
of
weird
this-
footprints and stuff, and you're like, oh, what's all this? And
yeah,
then
and they're like the atom-looking thing, or the
like
cube
the cube.
that like you don't know what they are yet, but and then you told me when we were watching it, like those come back later, and they did.
Don't stop watching this, please. It's gonna make
Just
sense
don't
later.
leave. I'm like I wasn't gonna. I'm enjoying myself. Please don't go.
I made this movie.
It means a lot to me.
I
But
made
yeah.
this movie.
I think that's just
You're
like the way
Mike Cheslick?
the way everything like pays off in the end is. I just really like movies like that.
Yeah,
What was
that makes sense.
your favorite aspect of the movie? Una.
Hey, Kenzie, what was your favorite
Hey,
aspect
Una,
of
what
the
was
I already
your
did that joke.
favorite? Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
Una.
and I stole it.
Be original. Back to Una. What was your favorite part?
It gave you a paper cut.
Wow.
Theo.
What was your favorite aspect of the movie?
I don't know. I liked it all. It was cool.
That's lame.
Yeah.
That's also
Kenzie, what was
because
your
Una
favorite
doesn't
aspect of the
remember it.
Okay, I remembered the funny parts mostly.
Una
It was
only-
all funny. I don't
Una
know.
found the
only
funny.
no. Una
Yeah.
only remembers at the end when Una started dancing.
Oh yeah, no, we were
That was
jamming out.
fun. That can be a
Oh yeah,
favorite.
the music at the end.
The
So
music
good.
at
that whole like
the
end
whole
scene where he
music.
goes
I
into the
do not
beaver
remember
thing
the
and then
music
like
at the end.
Oh yeah, it's a whole like
Oh,
Death
was
Star
it?
type thing.
Yeah, no, it
Luna
was
has
awesome.
it somewhere, but
Yeah.
he was like trying to get out of the
Why would you do that, Kenzie?
Sorry.
Get out.
I think that ending part has a lot of like
hit
artistry.
the microphone, then you're like, oh, sorry.
Because
Oh, sorry,
table.
guys.
The
I
environments
don't
become
know what
mostly
I'm doing with these things.
the environments
sorry.
become mostly artificial. Like before that, it's like he's out in nature, but once he goes in the beaver thing, it's all like artificial.
Modernized.
So it becomes very stylized.
I like when he was like on like not the water slide thing, but it was where the logs were going.
Yeah,
and
he
was,
like-
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
He was
That
like
was so
he was like
fun.
messing up like the other beavers to get them like to like fall off or whatever.
Yeah. And then at one point, I just remember he did like the splits down 2 of them,
Yeah.
and it was funny. And then the cop beavers came.
Oh yeah,
The
and then there's like a
cop
whole
beavers were
trial. There's
funny.
so much stuff packed into the final part of this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
and then
trial.
like
He goes
it
on
was so
trial. He
clearly
almost
unfair
gets
trial.
executed.
And you can see how like the attorney, the beaver attorney that he has, like doesn't know what he's doing. Like
Oh,
without
yeah, yeah,
dialogue, he's like.
Also, I can't tell. Are they supposed to be speaking like French or like a gibberish version of it? Because I think they're in like not Canada, but I think they're like near Canada or like.
They're either in Canada or they're in the United States.
Thanks,
The
Theo.
only 2 places in the world.
Yeah.
Definitely, that's
When
how
I'm
that
not
works.
Canada,
Yeah.
I'm the United States.
Men only have 2 moods: Canada and the United States.
I do like the fight scene at the end with him and the beavers.
Oh yeah,
That
the
was
giant
really-
thing, and then the rocket. Like
I like
The
when
rocket.
he was about to get like executed, but he like
That's what I'm talking about.
broke it. I thought you were talking about like with the big.
No, that's the giant beaver robot thing.
they have
Big beaver.
these scenes have names, Theo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's multiple
What are
beaver
they?
fight scenes.
Anyway, I like the part.
Okay.
I like the whole thing with the fur trapper like showing him like having like this whole map and then like
She was just like this.
He
is the
evases
confused-
the whole
and
thing.
so it all goes away and he's back to square one and he slowly builds himself up and becomes like this really like
It's the
badass
8th
like
time.
this.
Yep. This is how he. This is how he is for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he doesn't even have to fight the beavers anymore.
He just
They're
does this
so
and they
into the-
die.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There. That's another. I keep remembering things like the whole thing about like the rabbits hiding in like holes is another thing that's built up throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, and then he
Whole
like
movie.
gets a bunch.
Like
that
he
way.
falls through holes and then he's like, wait a minute, these holes I keep falling through, they're in specific places, and then he's
Yeah,
like,
and then he puts rocks over them so he can.
Dude, I'm sorry, the rabbits well, they didn't they mattered to the plot, but not the beaver plot, but they were so funny to me. I don't know why. I
Oh.
think it was the way they would
That
die
way your rabbit number
sometimes.
78.
Yeah.
I liked the
Is
part
that why you have
where
a unibrow?
he makes like
That's
he makes
from
like
you.
the
That's why
fake
I
like
have a hat.
I like when he makes
like
the
how you have
fake
mustache.
decoy rabbit to like trick the rabbits, like the really hot rabbit or whatever. And then it's like on a hill, and then like there's 2 rabbits walking by, and they look over each other, and you see they're holding
yeah, yeah.
hands, and it's like, oh,
No, I like that scene where it's the giant
You.
it's the giant carrot
you're
on top
taken.
of the hill, and one of them's trying to hold the rabbit back, and the rabbit like punches the other one.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah, this is very.
And then
slapstick movie.
The carrot fell like on. It felt like
cabot?
the
The
carrot.
cabot?
Oh.
That's where we watched them.
Yeah, the cabot
Yeah.
fell on the rabbit.
Cabot on the rabbit.
Cabot on the rabbit.
You've heard of Elf on the Shelf. Not
Cabot on the rabbit.
not rabbit on the cabot. That would make too much
Rabbit on
sense.
the cabot.
Yeah, we want this
We
rabbit
put-
to be dead.
We
We
dropped
are
the entire
crushing-
cabot theater
yeah.
on him.
Everyone picked it up.
It was very heavy.
Mm-hmm. We got
But we did.
all of the hundreds of beavers to lift it up and drop it right on him.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
wow.
still like the beaver robot at the end. I don't know why I keep saying robot, probably because it reminds me of a giant robot.
Yeah, it's like
I
a.
think it's, the
just
way.
It's like a
they
beaver
were
mech.
It's like in Ralph Breaks the Internet, which is a movie everyone likes.
Yeah.
No.
I hated that thing.
That was really
Yeah,
bad.
no, they like all like the virus Ralphs get together. And
Hey
they
guys,
form, like, a big
welcome to
Ralph.
episode 12 of our podcast. Today we're going to talk about Ralph Breaks the Internet. I don't know
Oh,
which camera we'll
no.
get.
It's not.
The one that has a red light on.
I didn't know that.
You
You
didn't?
just
Nerd.
realized that?
Okay, let's not talk. We can talk about this when the podcast is done.
No,
Yeah.
but I think it was the way the beavers formed together
Yeah.
and started like walking.
That was very like it was like crudely done. It reminded me that's one of the things that reminded me of like more of a YouTube video than a movie.
Yeah.
But I think it like serves to like to add to the humor when it
Maybe
happens.
it's just the fact that there's
I-
hundreds of beavers just chasing. I like when he goes down the sled and you can see them all coming over the hill.
I remember.
Maybe it's just-
And then the beaver astronauts crash into him, and they're doing like
Oh.
they're doing like the exact same thing. They're both like
Yeah,
in the
I
exact
remember
same way.
when they're going on the sled chase. I pointed this out to you because
I
afterwards.
thought it
but
was
there-
really funny.
Yeah, there was a for sale sign. They went past it really quick, and not even Nico saw that. Afterwards.
What do you think was for sale?
Watches. I don't know.
A tree?
It was either not an accident or like it was probably intentional, but
I don't think they just have a for sale sign in the middle of where they were filming.
in the
Maybe
middle of
maybe they
nowhere.
were like gonna sell the land after filming. I don't know.
There's
Sell
too many
the
beavers
land.
here.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get out of here. They're building something. Yeah.
I forget. I'm gonna be
There's too
honest.
many awkward
I'm
silences.
gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I forget most of the movie. Like the issue,
I
not the
said
issue,
that.
not the issue. Well, Una. I think there's just so much little funny details packed into it that you forget most of them.
Bloody and little funny.
Also, we did see it a couple weeks ago.
We did. No,
And
I
do you-
watched
Did
it.
any of us rewatch it?
No.
Yeah,
Well, no,
I
it's because
I
it
went
costs
to
money.
math and watched in 2 times speed.
I just
do you
didn't watch
know?
it because it's mine.
I
Hey,
got an
got any
idea
eights?
from him.
It
Dio.
gave me a hunt.
Got any eights?
Go. Don't go.
Don't
fish.
go.
Kenzie
Fish.
took
Don't,
my.
don't, dude.
I have
Trust
a
me on this
Tootsie Roll
one.
wrapper.
Don't
That's
go
not a
fish.
card.
Kenzie took mine, so
I did.
Tootsie
Yeah.
Roll.
All right. Final ratings. Anyone? Good night, get off.
Anyone? Final ratings?
Hundreds
I
of
got final
beavers.
re-
Hundreds of beavers out of hundreds of beavers.
So
I want
is
Yeah.
it
that
to be like those guys
5 out
that
of
sell
5?
something like I got
Yeah,
150
it's
over
like the
here, I got a
equivalent.
final rating over here, I got a
Okay.
final
So-
rating over
How many
there.
beavers out of hundreds do you give it?
I'd say I'd give it 200 beavers out of a couple hundred beavers.
All right.
how many's a couple hundred?
You know,
200.
Just 200?
You know what? Like when people say a couple,
Hundreds out of beavers.
Yeah, it's 2.
Yeah, it's
Like
2,
2.
but like I would that high?
a couple hundred.
Well, it's
Is that
out
the-
of out of
200 out of a
200.
couple hundred is 200 out of 200, which is a 5 out of 5.
There you go, Una. You got it. Go ahead.
Okay.
You got
I
it.
mean, like,
Go ahead.
I
we're-
know that.
If we're ranking
okay.
proportionally to what it was, I don't think there was anything it could have done better as the movie it was. So it's probably like a perfect movie for what it was trying to do.
I think it was
Yeah, no,
Do
I
you
think
have,
it's
like, a
cool
score
that it.
for
200 out of 200.
Beavers.
Beavers, of course.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Or are we gonna
Um,
rank it out of rabbits? Those things suck. They're so goofy.
I'll do 4.5 out of 5 beavers because I can't do math, and I'm not gonna convert that. So
What happened to the other half of beaver?
Yeah. What did you do with the
what
other
did you
half?
do? Did you Darth Maul the beaver?
Una?
yeah. What? I thought the
Trending on a dark note. We've lost the beavers.
yeah.
Why would you
I've
do
got
this?
I've got like 17 of them on my paper.
Oh yeah, weren't you gonna draw like
weren't you
100?
supposed to draw
Yeah, I realized
hundreds
it
of
would probably
beavers?
get like picked up in the mic, so I didn't want to.
Wow, what a sacrifice.
Yeah.
You only drew
17.
Anyway,
4.
I drew 17.
Okay,
but
well,
buddy.
I looked at the 4th one and said 4.
there's.
Bum, bum,
Rest
bum,
assured,
bum, bum,
there-
bum, bum,
there
bum,
may
bum,
one
bum,
day
bum,
be
bum,
100
bum, bum,
beavers
bum,
on
bum,
there.
Well, I
bum,
mean,
But
bum,
now
that
there's
day
18.
is not today.
Now there's 18.
There's
so-
8.
It could be today. I could
Una,
do it
just
after.
drew another one.
There's only 18. What? Okay. This is a disaster.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we already did final ratings.
Yeah, we already did that. What are you
Dadgummit.
doing?
Wait, what's the next one?
Oh yeah, I forgot. We usually do that.
What's the movie, Kenzie?
Ralph breaks the internet.
No.
No.
The
Rob.
Strangers
Yeah,
from
tomorrow.
2008.
The
Yeah.
Stranger
That
Things.
one.
Tomorrow for
Bye.
archive.
Let's show